8th grade science. These are the directions for the monitoring and minimizing human impact assignment. So if you scroll down, it's actually called, I don't know why it's different, but it's called Solutions for Reducing Impact on Google Classroom. So if you go to week 5, oh no, it's not. I'll change that because that does bother me that they should match. And what it is, I'll open it up here. It's a slideshow assignment. It kind of has, I want to say, 4 different parts. I'm kind of looking at different solutions for monitoring, so keeping track of your impact as well as reducing it, which is what minimizing means. So at the very beginning, we're just looking at you to reflect on what you've learned about so far. So what are some current actions that you are already taking? What are some things that you could do to reduce your impact? And then this is just kind of looking at how long do we think the human impact is going to last, or how much do we think it's going to guess it's going to last. We actually already watched this video in week 3, so if you need a refresher, sure do that, and then answer those 2 questions there. And then this is where you start part 1. And this, like I said earlier in the instructional video, this is focusing mainly on recycling. You have different resources here that you can use. One's a YouTube video and one's an article. You gotta tell me basically what recycling is, how does it work here, which you can also probably use the Edpuzzle that we did just the other day in terms of the recycling plan. It kind of covers similar ideas there. And right, how does it work? And then what can be recycled and what can't. That can also, I mean, you can use those resources, but you should know that from this as well from the other day. And then here's kind of a constructed response where using, these are each links, which I don't know is always the most obvious. Some kids don't figure it out, but those are all links, those little icons there. And you're going to try and make a claim of should recycling be continued, yes or no, and then try and use at least 4 pieces of evidence from 2 different articles, whether you're pro or con, to support your position. So if you're very pro recycling, you probably want to use at least 2 of these articles here. If you're against recycling, you'll be looking at them over here. This is just a graphic. Another thing just to look at about recycling and things to do to reduce your impact. There's no work that you need to do on here. There is some articles, but nothing you need to type or write. We move on to here. This is now looking at biodegradable products, which kind of relate to recycling. And we've talked about those in different activity videos before as well. What does biodegradable mean? What are some products that you can use? Those all come from this website here. There's actually really interesting examples there, so you might find some that surprise you. And then this last part is you're going to pick 2 biodegradable products from, again, this list. Tell me, what do you think this product would, or why do you think it'd be a better impact on the environment? How's it going to help? And how would it benefit you or how not? And so you kind of reflect on those 2 things there. The second part is looking at sustainability and conservation. So it's more has to do with how you treat the environment. I always think of natural parks when I think of, so it's conservation. So again, you're using this resource, in this case it's a website, talking about what sustainability means, and then what are some strategies you could use in your life, and then we're doing basically a similar thing with conservation. And then the last part, part 4, that was part 3, biodegradable was part 2. I think I skipped that slide, but that was the part. The last slide is looking at renewable energy. So if you go here, it's only 1 page. You're playing this game on renewable energy. You can kind of look at all, I think, 3 or 4 different types, and then just provide 3 pieces of evidence, whether they come from the game or from these articles, about which type of renewable energy do you think has the biggest impact on reducing emissions, and emissions should not be capitalized. But that is kind of that assignment there. It's a little bit longer, but I think with the Edpuzzle being the first activity, this one's pretty short, and so this one's a little bit longer, and that way it kind of evens itself out. Have a good rest of your day. Good luck. And I will hopefully see you next week for the test. Bye.